Okay, we're gonna read a story called Barkitecture. It's a weird spelling to the word because of this part right here, bark. And this has to do with the sound that dogs make. So I know the word architecture, but it's not spelled like that. I'm gonna use the blue one. Architecture. This one right here. But it's spelled differently. So I guess it's something has to do with dogs and architecture. Architecture means the design of houses and buildings and things like that. Okay, let's read. Number one. There is a new house in the neighborhood. Although smaller than the other houses, this new shelter is definitely the most interesting. Okay, over here, shelter has to do with house and has to do with architecture. So that's how I make a connection to the title. And this is definitely a nonfiction story. It's nonfiction article. A sun roof allows the sun to warm the house during the winter months. A spout collects fresh rainwater. A decorative awning hangs over the door. I have no idea what this is. I'm going to think about it. So far, in this part right here, I can imagine the little house. But it says a decorative, if I think it in Spanish, it has to do with decorations. Something that is hanging over the door as a decoration. Providing protection during rainy weather. I also provides protection. Okay. Who is the proud occupant of this house? A dog. In this new Barkitecture house, he's the luckiest pup on the block. So this is my introduction. It's talking about architects that are designing houses for dogs. It's introduction. Number two. The process of designing houses for dogs is sometimes called architecture. So it is actually a word. And this is the main idea so far. So I'm going to underline that. It's important. I'm going to use green for this one. This term comes from a book by Fred Albert titled Barkitecture. It's actually a book which shows some of the most amazing dog houses ever built. Special dog houses are now built and sold at architecture events to raise money for animals. Oh, this is a good part. Look, guys. They are raising money for animals in need. So they're selling the dog houses, and that money goes to the animals that need it. Architects, people who design buildings, plan and build many of these dog houses. People who want dog houses bid, and this is I'm gonna use the yellow. This is a word they will ask for later on. I'm gonna read the sentence carefully. So it's raising money. It's about raising money, selling the houses. Let's see. People who want dog houses bid on the ones they like best. The person who makes the highest offer, this is a key word, for a certain dog house gets to take it home. So a bid is like everybody wants the same house, and the highest offer, as I underline, gets the house. So that's a bid. I'm going to change colors right now. The money collected during architecture events is given to collected. Okay, I know that is for the dogs. Let me move on to the next page. Okay. The money collected during architecture events is given to organizations that provide animals with food, shelter, or medical care. That's where the money goes. So it's actually a good deed. So provide animals with food, shelter, or medical care. The money also helps animals in need by paying for pet adoptions and teaching families how to take care of pets. That's a very good point, actually. I'm going to take a look at the photo. A log cabin-style doghouse. Look at the little doggies. Number 4, the features of architecture doghouses are not often found on typical doghouses. This is definitely not a typical. It's not typical. Typical means common. Okay, common is not typical. And I can see that in the photograph. That's why they placed that photograph in here. This does not look like a typical doghouse. Some architecture doghouses are designed to resemble log cabins or even famous buildings, and that's why we have a photo. Number 5, any type of building material can be used to make a doghouse for such an event. Builders choose materials according to whether the doghouse will be used indoors or outdoors. So that's the difference, indoors or outdoors. Yeah, you can't use the same materials. Okay, let me turn the page. Okay, it says some people use recycled materials to build dog houses. The only rule is that the dog houses must be practical, and that is another word they will ask for, practical. For example, a dog house made completely of chew bones might be cute, but it might be eaten rather than lived in. This is an example of something that is not practical, right? Okay, number 6. Architecture events offer a variety of enjoyable activities. There are areas where dogs and their owners can play. This is one thing that they can do. People from pet adoption organizations set up pet adoption, information booths, and distribute helpful materials that explain how to take care of your dogs. At other booths, pet owners can buy treats, such as chicken chip cookies and chicken liver brownies. Guests are treated to a doggy fashion show featuring pups modeling outfits. That's cute. And of course, the dogs can test out the different houses. Okay, that's what they do at those events. Number 7, architecture events are becoming very popular. Some of the fancy dog house designs have been featured in newspapers and on television. So we have newspapers and television, and that means that they are popular. The designs can be seen on internet too, so that's another sign. The imagination and creativity of the people The imagination and creativity of the people who enter the events are also recognized. Okay, so I'm gonna take a look at the photo. This is a very odd um, house. It says architecture dog houses can be quite unusual. I said odd, weird, strange, unusual. So I have the imagination and creativity of the people who enter the events are also recognized. Ribbons are awarded, like the Red Ribbon Week. Ribbons are awarded in categories such as Best in Show, People's Choice, Kids' Choice, Most Environmentally Friendly Doghouse, and Most Unusual Doghouse. So those are like the categories they are recognizing. Next time you hear about a architecture event in your area, you might want to attend. You'll be amazed at what you see, and your canine friend, this is dog, will enjoy it too. Okay, let's move on to the questions. Okay, question 10. In paragraph 5, the word practical means, and I have right here at the bottom the sentence. The only rule is that the dog houses must be practical. For example, a house made completely out of chew bones might be cute, but it might be eaten rather than lived in, so it was not practical. Practical sounds like in Spanish as well. So I'm thinking about the example. The house must be practical. That means that you must be able to Well, not you. The dog must be able to live in the house. So it has to be practical. It must be able to live in the house. It must function as a house. So I'm gonna check the answers. Is it colorful? The only rule is that the dog houses must be colorful. I'm gonna use my sentence right here to plug it in. The only rule is that the dog houses must be colorful. No, that's not a rule. So this is wrong. The only rule is that the dog houses must be detailed. Detailed with lots of details? No, that's not a rule. So this is not okay. This is not okay. Useful, something that you can use. The only rule is that the dog houses must be useful. That sounds good. The dog must be able to live inside a house. It has to be used. And I'm just going to check the last one. The only rule is that the dog house must be comfortable. Okay. Comfortable, I think, is the distractor. Because it does make sense, but it's not important. It could be comfortable. The house made out of bones could be comfortable, but still the dog's gonna eat it and it's not gonna be useful. So right now, I know this is the correct answer. Useful. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, next question. According to the selection, the main goal, I'm going to underline this word. The main goal of Barkitecture event is to why. Why are they doing it? It's like the why. Why do they do that? A. Encourage people to become pet owners? No, that is true, but it's not why they created that. So, nope. I'm gonna check the other one. Raise money to help animals? This is one of the things that they do. I'm gonna put a dot next to it. Identify animals that need shelter? No, they don't do that because they actually sell them. Create interesting building dog houses? No, not necessarily. This is something that happens after, but no, this one right here, little bit, is something I remember reading because they are raising money to help animals. They don't want people to become pet owners. They don't give the houses to animals that need shelter. They don't identify them. And they are not creating interest in building those houses. So they are raising money to help the animals. Yes, that's something they do. Next question. Which sentence from the selection presents an opinion? And I'm going to underline the word opinion right here. It's something that I think or that I feel. That's an opinion. What I think, what I feel. But it's not a fact. Okay? The question is, which one of these four is an opinion? Alrighty. F. In his new Barkitecture house, he's the luckiest pup on the block. Is this something that I think? Yes. Is this something that I feel? Yes. It sounds like that's the one. I'm going to read the other ones. The process of designing houses for dogs is sometimes called Barkitecture. Do I think it's called Barkitecture? Do I feel it's called Barkitecture? No, it is actually called like that. So that cannot be. That's a fact. H. Some people use recycled materials to build dog houses. Do I think some people use recycled materials? No. Do I feel some people use recycled materials? No, actually, some people do use recycled materials. That's a fact. J. And of course, the dogs can test out the different houses. This is the part where they were talking about the activities in which they let the dogs go around and check the houses. Do I think they let them test out the houses? Do I feel that they let them test out the houses? No, they do test out the houses. It's not something that I feel or that I think. It's actually something that is happening during the event. So I found out my opinion. This is my opinion. I think he's the luckiest pup on the block. Next question. 13. What do the details in paragraph 6 explain about Barkitecture events? I need to go back to paragraph 6. I'm going to bring it over here. Okay, I have paragraph 6 right now. So they're talking, what are they asking me? They're talking about details that explain about architecture events. They're not asking me what architecture means or what I think about it. They are asking me for details in the paragraph. I don't need to create anything new. I just need to go back to paragraph 6 and figure it out. So I'm looking for details about events. Architecture events, there you go, is the same, offer a variety of enjoyable activities. So far, this sentence corresponds to the question, so I'm good. There are areas where dogs and their owners can play, that is one. People from pet adoption organizations set up information booths, that is another one. Uh, Owners can buy treats, that's another one. Guests are treated to a doggy fashion show. Fashion show is another one. And the dogs can test out the houses. That's another thing. So I have like 4 or 5 activities there. Now I'm going to read my answer choices. A. The events are intended for small dogs. They're not talking about small dogs. They're talking about dogs in general. Big, small, and all sizes. B. People can build houses. Did they mention that they can build the house? No, they're already built. C. The events offer more than interesting dog houses. You know what? This could be because it says more than interesting dog houses. Yes, because there are some booths where they have pet adoption organizations. They have places where the dogs and the owners can play. They have a fashion show. It's not just the dog houses. So I'm going to continue reading. The leaders of pet organizations plan. They plan the architecture events. They plan it. They don't plan it. They participate in it. Okay. So the details in paragraph 6 explain what are they saying. The organizations, booths, and the stands where they can buy treats, and playgrounds for the pets, and a fashion show for the pets. So all of those details explain the events offer more than just the dog houses. That is my correct answer. This is the next question. Which sentence from the selection best shows that? I'm going to underline what they're asking me. So it's a sentence that means the following. Pets are welcome. This is the most important part. Which sentence, which one of these 4 tells me that the pets are welcome? I'm going to put a happy face. Which one shows me that the pets are welcome? If there are areas where dogs and their owners can play. That could be because they're welcome. They're welcome to play. Let me read the other one. G. At other booths, pet owners can buy treats. Okay, this is talking about the pet owners only, not the pets. So I'm gonna say no. Architecture events are becoming very popular, but even though they are popular, they're not explaining why pets are welcome at those events. The imagination and creativity of the people who enter the events are also recognized. This is talking about the people. So pet owners and people and popular, that could be popular for the people. People are the actually the ones that are making it popular. So the only sentence that refers to pets being welcome, which one of those four makes you understand that the pets are welcome? Well, if they have a place where they can play. And I have the word dog here. Let's move on to the next one. And my next question says, what is the most likely reason? Oh, I like this question. The reason. Why? The author included the photos. Why did he put those photos? I'm gonna bring one of the photos back. Let me see. It's right here, if you can see. It's showing the little house. So cute. So before I read my answer choices, I need to think about it and go back to the story and check with the photographs. And the other photograph was the photo of the two dogs inside of a doghouse designed as a cabin. And to show that it was like inspired like as a cabin. And this one was at the part where they were talking about the recognitions for the most unusual, strange kind of a dog house, like the most original ones. So now that I have an idea, I'm gonna read my answer choices. I'm gonna find out which one of those four is. A. To show that Barkitecture dog houses are carefully selected by purchasers. This word purchasers means the people that buy them. So can you see any people buying dog houses in those photos? Of course not. So no, nope, nope, nope. That is not. B. To show examples, yes, of the most common architecture dog houses. I'm not so sure because they were not that common. Let me read the other one. To show how each architecture doghouse reflects a different style. Were they talking about style? D. The dog houses that earn awards at architecture events. Oh, let me read the caption again. Architecture dog houses can be quite unusual. But they don't mention that it won an award or anything. So, if I see right here, I'm going to read the captions. It says a log cabin style doghouse. That's the first one. And then architecture doghouses can be quite unusual. Okay, they are not saying these are the winners of any prizes or anything whatsoever. So, the one that says earn awards, I'm going to discard this one right here. I'm going to disregard this one because that's not what they're talking about. It says examples of the most common architecture dog houses that could be. So I have to decide between B or C. But the thing is that the word common, I'm not so sure about the word common because this one right here, it is the opposite of common. It says unusual. I don't think I think letter B is the structure. I'm going to read the answer choice that I have left. To show each architecture doghouse reflects a different style. That could be. So I know letter A is not correct. I know letter D is not correct. From letter B and C, which one is the best choice? If I'm talking about a sentence that represents a log cabin style doghouse. That's a picture of that, and a picture of a very unusual house. Which one will be best? I think the best will be the different styles because they are totally different. This is my correct answer. These are totally different houses. The cabin, very traditional, and the other one that looks like a space or something. This one right here, like a space. It's actually very modern. So, yeah, those are two different styles. Letter C is my correct answer. Next question. Which words from paragraph 2 help the reader know the meaning of bit? Though this is important to talk about. It's asking me for words from paragraph 2. Is it asking me for the meaning of the word? No. Is it asking me to infer the meaning of the word? No. It's asking me from words from the paragraph 2. So I have to go back to paragraph 2, and it says I need to go back and reread. It says people who want dog houses bid on the ones they like best. The person who makes the highest offer for a certain dog house gets to take it home. And when I was reading this, and I was thinking for the word bid, and then I understood that bid is when many people uh, give a highest offer. Those are the words that I underlined. So everybody says how much they want to pay for the house, and the highest one gets it. That's a bit. So now that I thought about it, I can actually see my answer choices. F. Plan and build many. Well, no, they don't want to plan and they don't want to build. They want to buy it. No, no, no. G. Shows some of the most amazing. No, it doesn't matter if it's amazing or not. They just want to buy it. H. Makes the highest offer. Actually, this is something from the paragraph right there. And raise money. Is it talking about raise money? That how, I mean, once they bid on the house, they raise the money, but no, this wasn't one. This one was a structure. So a bid means many people. They want the same house. Lots of people say how much they want to pay, and the one that offers the most money gets the house. So this is my answer. Makes the highest offer. Last question, I think. 17. Based on the descriptions of architecture, dog houses in the selection, what can the reader conclude about people who build them? Okay. I need to think about this before I read my answer choices. The people who build them, they have to be very creative. Because they have different kinds of houses and you have to come up with different styles and they have to be useful and unique, so they have to be very creative. They must really love dogs because they're building houses for dogs, and they must really care for them because the money that they raise, it's for a good cause. I'm gonna write here good cause. I don't think they want to be millionaires or anything. So they're creative, they love and care about dogs, and they're doing it for a good cause. That's what I understand. So I'm going to read my choices. A. They are encouraged to be creative when designing their structures. This is true. Let me read the other ones. They have to learn the correct way to design houses. No, they already know how to do that. I don't think so. I mean, they do have to learn it. But no, I don't think that is just that. C. They think that their dog houses are worth more than people are willing to pay. That would be very selfish. D. They believe that their structures are too nice for dogs to use. No, because actually dogs live there. So letter B is not okay. They don't have to learn. I mean, they do have to learn. They already know how to do that. D. That is totally wrong because actually they're used. They have to be useful. That was one of the rules. And I don't think C will be correct because that will be that they are there for to make money and they are actually donating everything. So the correct answer will be A, which is one of the words that I wrote down. They are encouraged to be creative when designing their structures.